I'm Brian Batista. My friends call me Bunny. This is episode 22. I'm going to call it Constrained Proportions. I thought that I would be interested in some of the history of Portugal. And I was also doing work with the figure based on the cast that they had here. I'm seeing some of these beautiful ruins here, and I'm thinking also about things like Gulliver's Travels, Lilliput. Strangely enough, there was a Gulliver's Travel with Ted Danson filmed in Lisbon, Portugal, I found out after the fact. So let's take a look at how I'm making this piece behind me here, and enjoy.
I'd like to reveal a little bit more about my artistic and mental process. I think it's quite literal at this time. And as for the physical making of the work, you can see every 10 seconds the camera is taking a frame. A lot of this process is internalized. However, before I started my journey to Lisbon, Portugal, I had done some research into the Portuguese tile work, and they use this beautiful blue color. I bought 5 different watercolor pencil crayons, Copic markers, Winsor & Newton watercolor pens to try to get that same look on my Fabriano watercolor paper. So in this first week of the residency, I was interested in studying the figure because of the many casts they have here. I got to go on tour of their collection of casts. However, I was not permitted to take photos, and I am also not allowed to take the casts out of the catacombs, which are dark and dingy and nice and cool. They're busy doing restoration work on their fabulous collection. They have tons of stuff that I'd seen in Italy, stuff from the collections of Rome. Really, really impressive for Portugal to have this academic collection at all. However, due to bureaucracy, it's not that useful for me, really. So I'm intent on continuing to work with the figure and this idea of male vulnerability through showing the body. So I need a model, and what better figure than the one that's most available to me and the one that I carry around everywhere I go. The Portuguese/New York-based artist that I'm sharing the studio with is often not here or leaves earlier than I do. So that offers me a great opportunity to do something really embarrassing. And in this case, what I did was I found a sculpture platform which I could barely fit into, dropped my clothes, set up a time-lapse camera, and uncomfortably shoved myself in various positions to hopefully fit and make a good reference. Part of this idea stems from the isolation I'm feeling. I'm in this large school, and barely, if ever, do I run into another human being. Mostly it's me and a coffee machine, but also I'm feeling this feeling of constraint or isolation because I cannot communicate well in the Portuguese language. It does serve me well, however, to push these ideas of one's size and shape and how one feels in one's surrounding. The most contact I'm having is with the coffee dispenser machine, who I'm growing to love on some strange level. Anyways, I'm using the blue to reference the tiles. I'm using my body for these proportions, for the figure. And also the architecture around Portugal, which is beautiful. And this particular thing that I'm drawing is actually a fountain nearby. I've removed the fountain part and placed the body there. And by body, I mean I photoshopped in awkwardly the photo of me. I wanted to play with the light as well, how it comes through trees and bushes, but also this pattern helps make the figure look like some sort of aged stone or marble. I'm really proud of how much I've been able to accomplish and how focused I've been during this residency.
So believe it or not, I've already started on my next piece. I'm really getting into a good workflow. I'm cranking these puppies out in about 2 days. So I'm already filming this guy, and I hope you join me again for the next episode to see what it is. Ciao.